This is Robert Lowe, the voice of Solitude Aeturnus, Candlemass, and Concept of God. You are listening to Metal Wani. Keep doing.
Hey guys, this is Achintya Venkatesh for MetalWani.com, and today we are interviewing one of the most influential musicians of heavy music and a cornerstone vocalist of the doom metal genre, Robert Lowe of Solitude Aeturnus fame. Greetings Rob, and welcome to Metal Wani. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. So I'll jump on to my first question. The latest news from your side seems to be that you are working on a new project with Dr. Froth, who is also the bassist of 6 Minute Century and Well of Souls. Could you tell us a bit about the various aspects of Gathered in Darkness and perhaps the stylistic leanings of this new project?
Well, actually, the thing is, so, we're all in doom and everything's going on. It is. And so, with the three of us and the buddies here sitting here,
right.
We've decided to go ahead and make it Doom Weird Dark project. And
right.
So we decided to call it, Gathered in Darkness, the three of us. And so it's progressive, doomy, and kind of,
So could you elaborate on how this collaboration with Michael happened? I mean, what was the motivation perhaps behind this project?
The motivation is simply that we want to play and do and go forward with what we're doing as musicians.
Right.
As opposed to sitting on our ass and doing nothing.
I see. And also there seem to be a slew of other musicians joining in on this record, such as Joel, who is from Stride, Chuck Williams of 6 Minute Century, and John Calvin, who's part of Well of Souls. What sort of roles will they be playing in the creative process of the album? Will they be restricted guest appearances, or will they be participating in the songwriting as well?
No, it's going to be a whole collaborative process to where, since we are all down here in South Texas, right, and we're all taking care of this whole situation, it's going to be one big process to where we all do what we do.
All right. That sounds excellent. So I'd like to ask you, did you start this project in the aim of achieving perhaps a specific creative output, or perhaps address something specific via the themes and lyrics of the band? I mean, given doom metal has always had very strong messages and themes.
Well, I mean, there's always going to be a message there. Thing is that we're all where we're at and we're doing what we're doing.
Right.
So, and once coming together that we still want to do heavy, we still want to do doom, and being in that process that we are in, we...
Right. Oh, absolutely. I'd like to ask you, what was your stint in Candlemass as a vocalist like during those 6 years with the band? While I might be chartering controversial territory with this question, was the split with the band an amicable one?
Oh, yeah. Actually, there was not a situation. I mean, the guys decided to... drop the best vocalist they ever had, and not my problem. But it wasn't a situation. Everything's good, everything's kosher, everything's above board.
I mean, that's excellent to hear. So I mean, in light of that, I'd like to ask you, what is your relationship with the Candlemass members at this point? Leaf has in the past publicly made statements about your capabilities as a live performer. While he's praised your talents as a vocalist, he said that you had to read out of a notebook for the lyrics. So could you comment from your perspective about all that?
Well, yeah. I mean, everybody reads the Bible. I do the same thing. I have my Bible, and there you go.
Right. So, Solitude Aeturnus has always had very somber imagery, and your onstage presence and even attire has always reinforced this very imagery. Is there a specific image you're aiming for with this newest project, Gathered in Darkness? Say, perhaps in a live setting?
Now, there's never been an image that's tried to be portrayed as far as that goes. What you get is what you see, and it's that whole freaking, here it is. You like it, you don't, you do, you love it, whatever, F you. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty cool approach. So I believe you initially started out as a guitarist, but soon enough took on the role of a vocalist. When exactly did you realize your capabilities as a vocalist?
Actually, I never even thought about being a vocalist. So, like, what you're saying is that, yeah, I spent my days being a guitarist and wanted to do that. I thought I would be the next Ingve. That didn't happen, did it? Well, there you go. So you get stuck singing, and there you are. And, you know, it's like pulling daisies out of the garden, you know. Right. It all smells good.
During the initial years of Solitude Aeturnus, you sang in a higher range than you do today. What were your initial influences or inspirations as a vocalist, and do you have anything specific to say about your evolution as a vocalist in terms of style and perhaps approach?
Yeah, actually, as a vocalist, one of my first, things was Klaus Meine from the Scorpions, da-da-da, yada yada. As a kid, listen to the Scorpions, you listen to Maiden, yes, Priest, blah, blah, blah. And, so the first couple of SA albums took on that approach.
Right.
But yet, after that, you get into your own feel, you get into your own thing. And so about, third, fourth album, you start changing things and you get into where you are and who you are and what you're doing. So I don't have a problem with that. I still love Klaus. Klaus is God.
Right, I see. So, which brings me to the question most people are probably awaiting an answer on. What is the status with Solitude Aeturnus, and what are the prospects of the band releasing a new album? Is there a specific reason for the fairly long gaps between each album?
Yeah, the long gaps have to do with time-space continuum and the Star Trek. You watch too much Star Trek, and sometimes that's what happens.
Right, I see. You also have a side project called Concept of God, which has all the members of Solitude Aeturnus devoid of John Perez. What is the status of that band, and is there any new unreleased or perhaps new material in the works?
No, as a matter of fact, there is going to be a new Concept of God. And
wow, that's excellent.
Put it out there. The reason Concept of God even started was because there was that, what you said, the hiatus from Solitude Aeturnus, and I was not ready to stop doing and or playing music. So we got the rest of the guys together and put it together and did what we did. So, with that being said, there's going to be more.
Wow, that's fantastic to hear. So, as far as touring with Solitude Aeturnus goes, how often do you guys embark on a tour, and what are the prospects of the band playing, say, in a country like India?
Well, that would be freaking great, right? Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, get us over there and we'll do it. That's all there is to that.
So, essentially it depends on promoters alone, right?
Yeah, it really does. That's what it comes down to, especially in a place like India. Come on,
Yeah, absolutely. On an alternative note, what is your opinion on religion and the way the world works in general? Are we going to see your thoughts on this perhaps in the lyrics of Gathered in Darkness?
No, that's one subject that I don't touch on, even though people will think that I do touch on religion and the Bible and this and that. No, I stay away from that because we all have our own opinions and we all have our own thoughts.
Absolutely.
And we keep it that way. And we can all go to bed at night knowing what we think and what we do. And it's that simple.
Right, that sounds very sensible indeed. So, finally, what does the future hold for you? Will you be primarily concentrating on Gathered in Darkness, or will Solitude Aeturnus also be part of your plans?
My biggest plans lately have been to see how many daisies I can grow in the backyard, and
right.
If the rain comes, then it's good.
Fantastic. That's all from my side, Robert. Thank you very much for taking the time to do this interview. It was an absolute honor speaking to one of my favorite vocalists of all time.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate your time. I know we had a bit of a nonsense trying to hook up here, but no, I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you talking with me and getting the word out there. But yeah, you know what? Doom is not dead, and we are here, and we will kill. That's all there is to it.
Oh, that's very encouraging to hear indeed. Thank you again, and all the very best for your future musical endeavors.